It's like 6:15, and like I'm fine with no hat. I'm just in a fleece and a polo. It's like really, really, really not cold. It is amazing. Apparently, it's really hitting in the San Francisco Bay Area. Pacifica's actually having some real flooding on the coast, which is pretty serious. That's actually pretty serious. Anyway, there's this channel that came up, and people were talking about it, citing it, and it was, I think, called A Good Wife or The Good Wife. And she has Good Wife School, I believe, is her little communication kind of thing. So it's about, like, so that women don't fuck up their marriages. It's literally like a woman trying to coach women to understand, like, no, like, there's a number of reasons you're going to fuck up your marriage, and a part of it is what you've been taught, a part of it is this, part of it is that. But one of the things she brought up was female misery, and that why, my wife's always unhappy about this or unhappy about that. And so there was something that she was talking about it psychologically. She's like, no, she has to accept that she's unhappy, be responsible for the fact that that's how she feels, and then, period, do exactly what she needs to do to change that state. There's nothing you can do, and you're going to have to make her understand that. So, and it was, but there was something that, okay, physiologically, this is an issue. Why do men shrug off unhappiness? And why are women miserable? And why is misery, like, really becoming, like she actually went through numbers that women are reporting being more and more and more miserable as time goes on. So as more and more the modern period, more money, more independence, they're more miserable. And cortisol and the natural feeling of having cortisol and other fear response chemicals and stress response chemicals, those inside a woman's body, the feeling of fear and discomfort is actually assuaged when she's with a mate that she likes. She feels less fear, and this feeling of caution is an important thing for human females to have a natural tendency of caution. But it's also that there's the issue too of just cortisol, the stress. So that stress chemical also has a lot to do with keeping on fat tissue. And so you'll get, say, some people that their body is just a heavy cortisol producer, and we will say that these are like lunar or lunatics, the lunar body type. So these are pale, round women that like cats. They will be up really late. They're considered really weird. They're kind of quiet in a lot of ways. They could be very reflective, like of people's, like somebody is a good they can be a good conversationalist. They don't initiate it. There's something. This certain person, I think it was Gurdjieff, like was the one who cited this kind of thinking. This was something that I thought was very important to bring up in relationship to the whole idea of, there are only two sexes, which are the two genders, and this idea of sort of heavy women having a level of misery men cannot grasp. Like, we can't know what this feeling of overwhelming misery would be like, because we could just flex some muscles and the testosterone kind of helps turn the cortisol off. we could work. men solve the problem by working, and it's that it activates certain systems in the body that turn off the stress chemicals. So, yeah, and that what this seems to be for women is being around other close kith and kin and friends. That seems to be what does it, and doing things with them. But without having that, you can't activate that evolutionary precaution against fear and stress chemical and misery. All right, later.